I'm curious to talk about some other Republican names here and see what voters think about them. First, I want to talk about second in command, JD Vance, the vice president, because if we look back to the summer when it was announced that he was Trump's running mate, people the sentiment was didn't really like him with those resurfaced childless cat lady comments. I mean, he's really had a 180 now. He won CPAC's straw poll for 2028 Republican nominee of who people want to see. A few other cabinet members like RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard had a tough time going across the line from nominee to confirmed to Trump's cabinet. What do people think about these people?
Well, as one of the most eloquent members of the Trump administration, JD Vance has really acted as the rhetorical sort of spine of the administration so far. Obviously, he shocked European allies at the Munich Security Conference by commenting on the state of democracy in Europe and saying that they needed to do a lot more for free speech inside of Europe, reiterating a lot of Trump talking points, but in a way that was both shocking and effective. And really, he has done a good job of building up his image with the Republican base and also with independent voters. And that's why when we look at his favorability, he has a favorability of 42% and an unfavorability of 38%, a net favorable of 4%, and the rest, don't really have an opinion on him. So it's better than it's been for JD Vance in recent memory as well. His favorability rating. So I think that JD Vance is providing a valuable service to Trump and to the administration by really being the solicitor for all of the initiatives that they have and communicating effectively to different audiences, the broad public, but also different elites in the country, elites abroad, why the Trump administration is doing what it's doing.
And what about those other Republicans or people in Donald Trump's cabinet? Overall, are they getting this sort of Trump bump where Donald Trump's doing well in approval and favorability, so they're benefiting off that as well?
Yeah, I mean, you see several members of the cabinet who have strong and rising approvals. Um, you know, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has always been well liked by the public. He has a favorability of 46%. His unfavorability is 37%. So he actually has the largest net positive approval at 9% of all of the figures that we polled. Um, Tulsi Gabbard is at 28% favorability, plus 3% in terms of her net favorability. It's similar picture for Pam Bondi, who is not as well known. She's at 24% favorability, plus 1% and growing. And when you compare this with the net favorability of Kamala Harris, minus 14 points, 39% favorable, 53% unfavorable. Joe Biden, minus 24 points, 34% favorable, 58% unfavorable. And other figures like Chuck Schumer, uh, minus 18 point difference or in net favorability, 23% favorable, 41% unfavorable, and so forth. You see a stark picture, right? And their numbers were not this bad. Even a few months ago, what's happening is really a reassessment and a reconsideration of the Biden administration and key figures both within the administration and in Congress. And right now, off the gate, people think that the Trump administration has shown a lot more vigor and a lot more energy and a lot more work than the Biden administration did. 58% in our poll say that Trump is doing a better job than Biden did as president. And that really kind of brings these favorability numbers into focus, right? That there's a wide gap that has emerged now between the favorability of key Democrats and even the Democratic Party and the favorability of key Republicans and the Republican Party.